Welcome back to Top Gun Podcast. We're here for you. We're excited to have you guys on here. We got an exciting episode. We got a lot going around the NFL. We're going to make some picks here upcoming. Um, we got a lot of interesting grounded, cleared for takeoff segment there. We did a big three again this week. The big three is big three nicknames of all time, and we got some pretty iconic ones. I'm sure we left some off. I'm sure you probably could have done a better job, or so you think. You got to let us know. Comment, like it, subscribe, do all the above, help our channel out. These guys have been working hard. We've been putting in a lot of time and effort into this channel, and we'd really appreciate if you guys helped us out a little bit. We got a lot of football coming up. Football is back 100%. We got the Buckeyes this week. We've got NFL coming up the week after. All kinds of drama around the league. We're excited. We hope you're excited. I hope you enjoy this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go. All right, boys, welcome back. Another week in sports. Back to the Top Gun podcast. Pretty eventful week for the most part. We got some good news and drama. We're going to cover a lot of different things here. So to get us kicked off, let's go with some any news or highlights that you guys have that you want to get out first. Talk about.
Yeah, I'll touch on one Detroit Lions highlight that I thought was pretty good. So Grant Stewart, who's one of our, kind of our depth chart guys, he's a second or third string linebacker. The 2021 Mr. Irrelevant had a 44-yard kick return in the Lions game against the Texans, which I thought was a pretty awesome. It's like the New York England the right guard Dan Connolly when he had like a 70-yard kick return that was almost a touchdown. So I thought that was pretty neat. But other than that, basically nothing good happened in the Detroit Lions game. But just
Yeah,
keep moving,
that's
keep
exciting.
moving past that.
Well, yeah, I know. It's Detroit Lions have had a rough preseason, so whatever highlight you can take from those. Giovanni, anything great happening with you?
Shador Sanders didn't do great.
Well, and we'll get to that.
Didn't had any help, so
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll talk about that. I kind of do want to know your opinion. Sounds like you got something there. All right. So yeah, just like every week, we're gonna start with our grounded and cleared for takeoff. Anything got anybody got anything special they want to put out there into the universe there, grounded or cleared for takeoff? I've got a couple. So if you'd like me to start, I will. But if any of you would like to start, go ahead.
I'll
I'll
let you
go.
start. Oh,
All right,
Sorry
Giovanni,
about
you're
that.
up.
I'll go with Joe Flacco as my clear for takeoff because he threw a touchdown pass to Hill Fannin Jr. in the first
Dot.
two. So I'll go with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect pass. Looks like I'm gonna like Fannin. He looks like a stud. You know, those tight ends from no name schools. I mean, it's not really a no name to us because we're from Ohio, but at the same time, I feel like they always are kind of successful. I mean, look at Antonio Gates, Hall of Famer, coming from Kent State, played basketball there. You never know. You never know what you're gonna get, right?
yeah.
Never played a snap of football in his life until pro.
That's crazy to be honest.
That is, and then a Hall of Famer.
Not even in college too.
No, yeah, he played basketball at Kent State. Yep. So pretty sweet. All right, I'll go next. Yeah, my I've got a grounded and a clear for takeoff. So I'll start with the grounded, and that would be the other Sanders. Shiloh Sanders has been cut. I mean, I don't know why it's news, but it's all over the place. It's news apparently. He was lucky to make a team. He was an undrafted free agent. Um, picked up by the Bucks, was barely playing in the preseason games, and then decided he was going to take matters into his own hands. Punched the Bills tight end, um, blocking downfield. It probably was warranted, but at the same time, you know what the flag is, and I guess that was that. They came out the next day and said that he'd been cut from the 53-man roster, and so Shiloh Sanders is now available if anybody wants him, I guess. He'll probably end up playing in the XFL or something like Canadian Football League, but yeah. All right. So as far as my cleared for takeoff, it's going to be Avery Johnson and his luscious locks. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, and maybe you can look it up here. But Avery Johnson has a gorgeous head of hair. He has some dark brown curly hair, and it was coming through his helmet, and it just looked amazing. And I just, kind of wish I had some nice curly locks like him. But on the same note, I think he's kind of grounded as well, because I don't know if you caught that too. If you didn't catch the game, you probably didn't hear about this, but his dad and his brother were fighting in the parking lot after the game.
I saw that.
They were on the ground fighting each other because Kansas State lost. I don't know why. I don't know if there was substances involved of any kind, but yeah, that's got to be embarrassing for
Yeah.
everybody involved there, because he did play a pretty good game, but yeah, brother and dad rolling around on the ground in the parking lot post game. So
Yeah,
Disgusting.
that was gonna be one of my things I want to talk about related to college football. Was that's wild, and
yeah,
that was gonna be that was also I was thinking about putting that for my grounded, but instead for my grounded, unfortunately, I have the Cleveland Guardians and Emmanuel Clase with the gambling investigation that's going on for him betting on games that he was pitching in.
yeah,
And that's like that's pretty legit stuff.
yep,
That's what was going on with Malik Beasley in the
hmm
NBA.
right.
Although they did drop all the stuff against Malik Beasley, so
Giovanni,
maybe
Giovanni, are
maybe
are the Cavs looking at Malik Beasley?
And the Knicks too.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Malik Beasley's a good player. He's
yeah, he
just
just came off the best season of his career.
he's just addicted to gambling.
Yeah. He can be good. But
Yeah. So
And then I also have in cleared for takeoff. I have the Detroit Tigers. I don't. Did they win today?
let's check that.
No, they did not, unfortunately. So that makes them okay. So then in their last 10 games, they're 8-2. But I had them on my thing. I was like, last 10 games, they're 9-1. They're playing great baseball.
Yeah.
They're possibly, I would say, like the second best team in the league behind the Brewers. And the Brewers are playing also amazing baseball. They're also cleared for takeoff.
Right.
And that's a pretty big story from the MLB, because I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't really expecting the Brewers to be quite, like as dominating as they are. So
Yeah, when you look at
the,
their payroll, it's definitely not those are the teams that surprise you, or the teams that have the low payroll and then end up showing up in the playoff hunt. I mean, the Guardians every year kind of in the conversation. But we can get the Guardians talk out of the way real quick. They're done. I don't see them doing a whole lot. Halfway through August, I know we have the month of September, but they would have to absolutely go on a tear, because now they're in third place in the Central, behind Kansas City, 12 and a half games back from Detroit. And Yankees are battling with Boston for that next spot, and Seattle's getting hot. So, um, yeah, I would say the Guardians can kind of pack it up. It's sad to say, but I mean, 5-game losing streak. They're getting smoked by the Rangers. They're getting smoked by the Diamondbacks. It's just not a good look right now. It's kind of tough. It was really exciting there right after the All-Star game. Yeah, but
yeah,
nosedive.
it's pretty unfortunate.
It is. It is fun to watch, but below 500, nosedive. Yeah. All right. All right. Just like last week, we decided that we want to continue to make this a little bit of a tradition and keep doing fun stuff like this. So we're gonna start off the podcast not only with cleared for takeoff, but also a big three challenge. And so the three of us are gonna do a little snake draft action and try and figure out who our big three nicknames all time in sports are. And this was hard.
Yeah,
This
I
was
had a hard
difficult.
time with this.
And then just like last week when we were talking about jerseys, there's a difference between the coolest nicknames and most iconic nicknames.
Yeah.
And I really think like you can't give yourself the nickname. That this has to
Mm-mm.
be like part of your persona, your character, and what everyone else calls you. So um I did take that into consideration as well. So Giovanni, you started last week, so I'll
Yeah.
let Cooper go first this week, and we'll work back the other way. So we'll go Cooper, me, Giovanni, Giovanni again, me, Cooper, and then maybe next week when we do another one, I'll start and then I'll go to Giovanni or something like that. Okay? How does that
Alright.
sound? Or Giovanni, would you like to go in the middle and me go on the end since I was in the middle last time?
It's okay.
We're gonna get lost in this snake.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was hoping you wouldn't put me first overall pick here.
But you're gonna get two coming back around.
Yeah, this is just really hard.
It
I
is
mean,
very hard.
oh gosh, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say with the greatest nickname of all time. I'm only putting this in first overall because it has become like a huge part of his brand with his entrance into coaching or Division 1 FBS, like big time coaching. I have prime time Deion Sanders
Prime
and
time.
Coach Prime because it's paved the way for a lot of other people's nicknames. They call Devin Hester anytime. Get it? Because
Yeah.
prime time anytime. I mean, it's like it's big for him when he played, even when he played baseball. It's big for him now. Coach Prime with the Colorado Buffaloes. I
Mhm.
think the greatest nickname of all time is Prime Time,
Okay.
and that was such a hard pick to make for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I definitely had that on my list. So all right, I'll go. And this isn't easy. I don't care what pick you have in the top three. This isn't easy because
yeah.
I'll be honest with you, primetime was not my first round in my first round list. Oof. I also have to consider what I think will fall to this, the what would be the fifth overall pick. I'm gonna go with Big Poppy. David
Yeah, that was on
Ortiz.
that was on my
I'm
list.
gonna go with Big Poppy. So part of his culture is that when he would go around the locker room um, and just like Fenway Park, he would call people Poppy. So like, thanks, Poppy. It's just part of saying thanks, bud, thanks, pal. And so he ended up deeming being as large and as influential as he was, Big Poppy. And then if you remember in the 2004 World Series run that they had, or three, that was, they're chanting that from the stands, "Who's your daddy?" With him and Pedro Martinez. There's no way you guys remember that. You weren't alive, were you?
I don't remember it, but you act like I don't watch a lot of
I
videos.
know, but it's just, you gotta it's just
Yeah.
one day you'll say this to somebody.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, Giovanni, hit us with your two best nicknames of all time.
Do I get another pick after?
Yeah, you get two.
Okay.
So you turn the snake around.
Okay. I'm gonna go the sweetness of Walter Payton, and then I'm gonna go with King James for LeBron.
Yep.
Oh, that's two good ones.
Yep. Man. So Sweetness was on my list as well. I mean, that's a sweet name. Um, I don't know, Giovanni. I feel like LeBron self designated himself the king, and so that's where I kind of lost some respect for that one. But to have the nickname the king or the chosen one is, I mean, that's like one of those top tier ones.
Yeah, the thing I think is the most crazy about LeBron's nickname is that he's had that massive "The Chosen One" tattoo across his back
Since high
since
school.
since he was in high school, and
Yeah,
then he became
literally.
legitimately one of the top 2 best NBA players of all time. And in my opinion, I don't think he's number 2, but
Yeah, well, that's that's a debate for another day, and we'll
yeah,
have to talk about that when he retires. But uh yeah, no, I mean he's lived up to a lot of the hype.
yeah,
A lot of the hype was created by himself, but I mean, I guess if you can live up to it, you deserve it. So,
yeah.
all right. Oh gosh, what is Cooper gonna leave on the table for me? I'm gonna go with. I don't think you're gonna pick this one. But I really don't think you're gonna pick some of the other ones I thought were the best. I'm gonna go with Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
Yeah, that's a good one. That wasn't on my board, but that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he just that was another one like like LeBron. He self-proclaimed himself the greatest, and several of his little pre-fight speeches with "I am the greatest." Um, and but just like LeBron, he kind of lived up to the hype that he created around himself. So Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I have 2 in a row here. I think I'm gonna go 2 in a row, and then I'm gonna say some of my honorable mentions because I had a freaking lot of honorable
Well, wait till we're
mentions.
all done before you do
Okay,
your
okay,
honorable
I'll wait
mention
till we're all done.
because it's coming.
Dude.
It
Yeah.
should come back to you. You still have, yeah,
No, I have 2 in a row, don't I? And then
yeah.
that's my last 3.
Well, you've only done one so far, so this is 2 and 3.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. We're not doing 4. We're
Yeah,
doing
we're
3.
we're doing
All
the
right,
big
yeah, yeah,
3.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Big
All
3.
right,
Gotcha.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I have Magic Johnson
Magic.
because it's magic, and oh, I have Megatron. I have Calvin Johnson.
I left that one on there for you.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I
I
I
couldn't
was
do it.
hoping that one would fall to me.
I couldn't take that
But
one away from you.
yeah, I feel like it's a good nickname when this is more for Magic Johnson, but when you don't go by he doesn't go by Irvin Johnson. He
Nope.
goes by Magic. Like
Yeah,
oh
he's not known by Irvin Johnson. He's known by
no, Magic.
Magic Johnson.
So I feel like that was a that was one I had to pick for me.
Yeah.
Ugh. Let's
All right.
see. What did I leave on the table for
Well,
Mr.
just wait.
Morrison?
Yeah. Don't spoil this because Giovanni might get away with one here if you throw it out there. Because we're gonna have to put this on a graphic, aren't we?
Yeah.
We gotta get one of
Probably.
these up for the viewers. I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods.
Ah, just like we were just talking about with
Yep.
the
Eldrick Taunt Woods.
yeah.
Tiger.
Oh, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, Tiger Woods. I mean, just like you said, he is not known as Eldrick. So, and to have your nickname, I mean, like your childhood nickname be Tiger, and then that stick and just be kind of
Yeah.
dominant, and now it's a brand. It's pretty cool. So, I couldn't. I mean, there's a lot on here that I missed. That only doing 3. That's tough. All right, Giovanni.
Yeah.
We'll go over these as soon as you pick yours.
I'm going with Air Jordan.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Just bigger than life. I mean,
Yep.
I think we did a good job of covering some of the most iconic.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
oh
Yeah.
shoot.
Air
Here's
Jordan literally transcends basketball. I mean,
it's a brand.
for
I mean,
sure.
like you could probably go anywhere in the world and they know what that logo is. I
Yeah,
mean, it's Air
for
Jordan.
sure.
Jordan. Yeah. All right, here's my honorable mention list. See what you guys think. And there were some on there I probably left out on purpose, but I thought these ones were pretty good. The Big Unit. See if you guys
Yep.
can name
That
these
was on my
people.
list. That's Randy Johnson.
Randy
That's on my
Johnson,
list.
yeah. The Answer.
Allen
Hey.
Iverson.
There you go.
It's on my list.
The Round Mound of Rebound.
Charles Barkley. That's on my list. Or that's not on my list, but I was thinking about it.
It's a good one. That one's more of the funny, like that's just a cool name.
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
We left that one out. Like
That's
I
crazy.
mean, there's only 9 picks. Had Air Jordan, had Megatron. The Great One.
That's crazy because I definitely know who that is.
The Great One.
Hit me.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Dr. J.
Julius
Julius
Erving.
Good
Irving.
job. The Fridge.
Or William Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Bus.
Jerome Bettis.
There you go. All right. Cooper, you're redeeming yourself for the
Yeah, I was getting toasted by Giovanni the other day.
same faces in different places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a tough one, but I bet you'll get it, Cooper. The Worm.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. This one's probably my favorite, but I couldn't pick it just because I like the nickname. AK-47.
Andre Kirilenko, dude. That's like
Such
what
a
we were
good
talking
name.
about. That's like what we were talking about the other day with the jersey numbers, with
Yep.
the last names.
Oh, you couldn't have picked a better one. Andy's what, Russian?
Yes,
To
dude.
have
Like that's
AK-47. I mean, that's just like
so cool.
the most iconic, like so cool. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
That's a good list right there.
All right, White Chocolate.
That was on my list,
Jason
but I feel like
Williams,
he's
yep.
not his, basketball
Yeah.
level
He
compared
was-
to having
was-
such a good nickname.
He was flashy, but
Yeah,
he was never that good.
his highlight reel is
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah. He's definitely
amazing,
got
but-
one. The
Yeah.
Admiral.
David Robinson,
Good job. Pistol Pete.
Pete Maravich.
Man, that was icon. I mean, he wasn't known
That's a
as
good one.
Pete Maravich. All right, who did you have
hold
that
up.
I didn't?
Pistol Pete. I swear I've seen these. Did he have pistol on the back of his jerseys? I feel like
So
I've
they
seen
had it was kind of like what we're doing now with City Connect stuff.
Oh, okay.
When he played for Atlanta, they had they had the nicknames on the back of their jersey,
Yeah.
the kind of thing. And that's what everyone knew him as.
They got to do that again, man.
I mean, why
Last time
not?
they did that was with the Heat. The Heat and Nets played, and like whenever that was,
Yeah.
and they had. Oh,
Well, they
man.
did it during COVID too. It was like those social issue messages.
Oh
and,
yeah.
MLB did it. I think they've done it the last 2 years. They actually, this week was Player Week, where they had all the custom bats. Did you see that?
I saw they
And the
had
custom
some.
shoes and
I saw some custom jerseys. Like the Tigers had a custom jersey giveaway that they're
Right,
doing with
right.
someone, and they like asked him, and they're like, "What's something you love doing?" And he was like, "I love fishing." So they made these jerseys that's just like the
Yeah.
Tigers logo with he's catching a fish on it.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep. And it was just like the bats had like let's see, Rocchio's bat had his dogs on it. Like
oh, that's
they
awesome.
painted his dogs on it, then he had a home run with it. And that was kind of cool. But
Yeah.
yeah. Any other ones?
Like examples of teams doing player nicknames.
No, names.
Okay, yeah. So
nicknames we
I
left off of.
I had a few that I liked, but I feel like they weren't like super iconic. Like they
Mhm.
weren't like the players weren't great enough. Joe Johnson being ISO Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good one. Marion Barber, Marion the Barbarian.
Mm.
That is an amazing nickname. And Williams Astudio being La Tortuga, which is the turtle.
Yeah.
And I also had Bob Sanders, the Sandman.
Yeah.
But I just felt like those players weren't.
There were a couple
no offense to
Sandmans,
any of them.
yeah.
No offense to them, but I just didn't feel like they were great enough to make the list.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all three of us went iconic over.
Oh, Satchel Paige, because his name's not actually Satchel.
No, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, but I know that his name isn't actually Satchel. And then like Shoeless Joe Jackson. How did I forget out of those?
It's probably like John. Let's be honest. Satchel Paige, real name. Let's see.
Leroy Robert Page.
Wonder how he got the name Satchel. Carrying multiple bags on a long pole. I mean, you got to think like when you're young coming up in the 1920s and you're only what 50 years removed from the Civil War. Like, think about that. Like,
Yeah.
we forget the Civil War really wasn't that long ago. I mean, we were fighting for slaves' freedom not that long ago. So like, they did not have the same rights in sports until far later on that they have now. That's, I mean, people forget.
Yeah.
Giovanni, do you have any nicknames that?
Yeah, I have like I don't know how many, but I have a couple of them.
Okay,
I have
just give me
Spider.
your best ones. Yeah.
I have Spider for Donovan Mitchell. I have the playmaker for Michael Irving.
Mm.
Big Ben for Ben Roethlisberger. Um, the Iceman for George Gervin. Um, uh, oh, Grandmama for Larry Johnson. Johnny
Larry
Football
Johnson.
for Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Um, the Great Bambino for Babe Ruth.
The Great Bambino.
Charlie Hutzel for Peter Rose.
Yep, that's a good one.
And then the truth is Paul Pierce, and that was it.
Nah, I didn't like Paul Pierce, so, but that's probably
Yeah,
because I'm a
well,
Cleveland fan. So,
and Paul Pierce pooped himself in the middle of that game.
it's
Everyone
true.
knows it anyway. So
No, he pulled his hammy, but then came back. Yeah. Anyway.
anyway.
I thought that was a good list. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That's impressive that we came up with so many. Because I know the easiest thing to do is just hit it on Google and, you get your most popular ones. But I think we came up with some good ones like AK-47 and some of the ones that you had there, Cooper, were pretty good. Your honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
For sure. So, well done. Well done. Okay. Next segment. Here we go. Let's get into the NFL. So, listen, boys. Football's back. We get to watch
Football is
football.
back.
We get to watch football, like real football that means something here within the next 10 days. Okay. Next Thursday, kickoff, 8:20, Cowboys, Eagles. Football is back. What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
That is an amazing way to start the season.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys versus the Eagles.
Yeah.
On a Thursday night.
Well, only thing that would make it better is if Micah Parsons was playing and Jerry Jones was on a plane to some island somewhere.
Yeah. But I just feel like the NFL, they know what they're doing. They're making the right moves. That's the way it should be. I feel like
it's a money-making business.
Game.
Yep.
Yeah.
All about the money. All right, so Cowboys Eagles. What are our thoughts on this game? You're going to have Dak Prescott leading the charge there for them, and the Eagles coming off a Super Bowl. Let's see. Javonte Williams, new running back for them. Jaden Blue as the backup, but then they also added George Pickens to the wide receiving core, and Jake Ferguson was signed to a big deal in the offseason. The only big hiccup for the Cowboys is going to be Micah Parsons, but the Eagles are the Eagles, man. They've got to be the favorite to repeat. What are your thoughts?
Last season, the Eagles were criticized for the first 4 games because of Nick Sirianni's coaching playing. But at the later of the season last year, they were really, really good and they won the Super Bowl. So Eagles, of course, forgot that they wanted to fire Nick Sirianni at the beginning of the season. But for me, I think the Eagles are the favorites to repeat. So that's that.
You got them repeating. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got to be tough to coach or play in Philadelphia or New York.
For sure.
I mean, the bar is so high. I mean, Nick Sirianni literally took them to the Super Bowl 3 years ago, and then came back. I mean, what more could you want? Like, I would give my left leg to have my team in the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, obviously, I have to like Nick Sirianni a certain amount because he went to Mount Union, but definitely at the beginning of last year he was a little questionable, but I think that given how not good the Cowboys are and how good the Eagles are, I think the Eagles are definitely going to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think with no Micah Parsons, there's going to be probably no one to stop Saquon Barkley if he keeps running like he did last year. I think that the Eagles will win, and I think that they will do very well this season.
Yeah, they're 6.5-point favorites in this game. It is at home too. Banner night. I mean, I don't know. They might have a little bit of a hangover from the Super Bowl at the same time. I think that they will. They're a far better team. So I have the Eagles. I'll agree with you there. I have the Eagles winning this one. All right, next game is going to be Friday, so we get back-to-back days, and then follow it up with Saturday with some football, college football, so just nonstop football for like a week and a half. It's nice. Um, we get the Chiefs and the Chargers in San Diego. I take that back. They're not in San Diego. They're in
Um,
Sao Paulo, Brazil. Holy cow! So there is no home team. This is a neutral site.
yeah,
You're gonna have to catch it on YouTube too. It's being a
yeah.
Friday night game. But the Chiefs are only favored by 3.5 points. What are your thoughts on the Chiefs? I brought this up right at the end of last season. This was my hot take. I asked you guys, is the Patrick Mahomes era over? Is he still the dude in the NFL? Go ahead, Giovanni.
Well, the were favored to win the Super Bowl last year, but they could not win last year because of a Saquon Barkley led Team Eagles. So the Chiefs locked and loaded for this upcoming season, and I honestly think that if Patrick Mahomes just keeps on focusing on his health and physical for this season, I think the Chiefs could still win the division. I mean, they're not probably I don't think they're not going to win the Super Bowl again, but it would be nice for the Chiefs to win the division again. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that the Chiefs are still good. They're definitely not the Chiefs they were 5 years ago. Um, Travis Kelsey's older.
Definitely.
They are. I didn't even realize he's 30. He's 35 years old, and as a tight end, somebody catching the ball and getting hit by linebackers coming across the middle. I can tell you, as a fellow 35-year-old, I couldn't do it. Someone would have to scrape me off the field after one play. So, um, that'll be interesting to see how Travis Kelsey does this year if he can stay healthy. Um, who knows? He might go on tour at some point, but uh, I think that if their wide receivers can stay out of trouble, Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice, who else? Who else they got? Giovanni, um,
They got
Juju Smith-Schuster. They got a couple of guys, and if Pacheco can stay healthy, coming off the knee injury, I just there's a lot of what ifs surrounding the Chiefs, and I'm sure they love it when everybody's doubting them, but that they're the playing field is definitely closer than I would say it has been. Where before everybody would have said, well, the Chiefs are far and above everybody else's favorites to repeat or to win the Super Bowl. So I don't think it's quite as far. I mean, when
Ye-
you only give the Chargers a 3.5 point, underdog score. I mean, they're saying that should be a pretty close game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not like the Chiefs. It's definitely not the reign of terror that it was like in the past few years.
Hmm.
And like you said, Travis Kelsey's age, like it was pretty evident. Like last year, last year he was not the same Travis Kelsey he was in the past. I definitely don't think that the Chiefs are as good as they were when they took those few trips to the Super Bowl, like
Yeah.
whatever, 2 years ago. And I don't think Patrick Mahomes is the premier. I feel like he's still one of the most well-known quarterbacks in the league, but I don't know if he's that guy in the
Yeah.
league, honestly,
No.
anymore. I think
No, I think right now, as far as quarterbacks, like if I had to draft somebody right now, I'm going with a younger, more talented, healthier individual. Not that Patrick Mahomes isn't healthy, but you have Josh Allen out there. You have Joe Burrow. You have Lamar Jackson. I would take all three of those guys ahead of him. And I'm sure there's some others you'd make cases for that would fall right there in the same tier as Patrick Mahomes. What Patrick Mahomes has is experience, creativity, and he's got a good head on his shoulders as far as a quarterback. So uh, I think that's what's made him so successful is, kept him so successful, should I say. Because at one point he was those guys. He was Josh Allen slinging 70-yard bombs and just making plays happen with his legs. But now he's not. He's backed it up probably 65 to 60 yards and not quite as agile or mobile. So he's different, but his game has changed. So I'm not knocking Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying there's other guys in the league who have maybe passed him as far as
Yeah,
talent.
I feel like the kind of that younger Patrick Mahomes that you were referencing, I would make a case right now if he doesn't have a slump this year for Jaden Daniels because last year he was playing like an absolute dog. He
Yeah,
was making plays with his legs. He was throwing Hail Marys at the end of games to win. I mean, he was playing like a beast. He took down like some great teams in the playoffs and nearly went to the Super Bowl as a rookie. So I feel like that's a quarterback who I would make argument for as maybe the next face of the league is Jaden Daniels.
right. He definitely has a chance to this year, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, yeah. So then we got the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. Um, we've got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. I really like the Buccaneers this year. I think the AFC South is theirs, or the NFC South. I think that they will do quite well. I see Baker Mayfield with the weapons that he has now in Bucky Irving and Mecca Mbuka and Mike Evans, and they're saying that Chris Godwin's going to be back, and dot 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 dot. I think that they're going to be good. There's not much competition in the NFC South when you look at it. So
Yeah, for sure.
Falcons, I think a big question mark for them is going to be Penix. Um, they have weapons there too. I think Pitts hasn't had a good season yet, but that doesn't mean he's not good. And I don't know if he's really had the opportunities. I guess now we'll know. But Bijan Robinson's a stud. Drake London also very good. So Michael Penix definitely he's fallen into a great opportunity, if we put it that way. Um, but I see Buccaneers in this game. What do you guys think, Giovanni? Go ahead.
Say the Buccaneers are possibly gonna get the dub over the Atlanta Falcons 30-17.
Oh, blowout.
Yep.
Because they're only favored by 2 points, Giovanni.
Okay.
And the Buccaneers are on the road.
Okay.
But I could see
Yeah,
that happening. Go ahead.
yeah, I definitely have the Buccaneers. I mean, the Falcons, kind of like you said, are definitely much more of a question mark than the Buccaneers. Like with the Buccaneers, you have definitely more experienced players, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and then you also have talented rookies. I have the Buccaneers taking the win. I'm not gonna make a prediction because I don't want to look like a fool. But
No,
I'm
it's
not saying you're a fool,
no, no,
Giovanni.
no.
I'm just
It's
saying
it's so, and that's okay. Listen, it's not about being right.
it's about
About
sounding confident.
And Giovanni has the confidence.
Absolutely.
There we go. Okay, so Dolphins, Colts. I don't even know what to think about this game. Both teams are a train wreck. Tua's gonna play. Tyreek's gonna play. I guess Devon A. Chain is said to be good. I don't know. Maybe. There's a lot of question marks there coming off injury. You got Jalen Waddle for the Dolphins. I don't know. Dolphins look good on paper. Um, they have a good coach. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes he gets a little too cute. Um, but at the same time, he's been successful with them, just not in the last year. I'll give him a break for last year. There was a lot of injuries. I mean, Tua is, one hit away from being 6 feet under. And not to sound, insensitive about that, but I mean, I you
Put on
really
a guardian cap, dude. Like
I don't put him in a bubble. I don't know. I just two-hand tap for him.
Yeah,
But
I feel like this is kind of like a battle of the basement here. Like these are not two teams who
no,
anyone's talking
yeah.
about,
It really isn't.
the playoff runs or something. But
No, both teams are probably
yeah,
not projected to make the playoffs this year. So I think the Dolphins could. They could surprise some people, but the Colts, they're gonna start Daniel Jones. Jonathan Taylor's a great running back. Michael Pittman's good, but at the same time, they have a lot of question marks up there too. Um, Last year they didn't do that great. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see on this one. I don't know. Prediction here. I'm gonna say indoors. I'm gonna say the Dolphins. I'm gonna put they're the underdog here, but I'll take the Dolphins as an underdog in this one. What do you think, Giovanni?
Okay, I'll go. So for my prediction, I'm gonna say the Colts, and here's why. Here's why. The
Okay.
Colts have been through all the different stuff over these past couple months over the passing of their owner Jim Irsay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say that the Colts will win this game, and this is why I want them to win. It's just week one and all, but the Colts won't do good. But at the same time, at least if they want to show some respect um, to that late owner of Jim Irsay, if they want to get the win, then I'm gonna say the Colts.
Yeah, Giovanni, I've noticed something. You strike me as a big like a vibes guy. Like the vibes are in favor of the Colts. Like you were all about Tom Hamilton night, and that just drove you insane as to why the Guardians couldn't win against on Tom Hamilton night.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jim Irsay, yeah, man, he's owned that team for a while. Big philanthropist. Had a lot of issues off the field, but at the same time, he loved him some Colts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I have the Dolphins winning that one because, like you said, Mr. Morrison, they're just better on paper.
yeah,
Like they have, I feel like I don't want to say like washed up players, but they still have players who have been like even just in the past 3 seasons have been like some of the best in the league with like Tyreek Hill. I mean, when he played with Patrick Mahomes, he was one of the most electric players in the league.
all right.
So if he can get it together, you know, maybe stop having kids or something. Because what does he have? Like 11 of them.
He had more kids than
I
touchdowns last year.
I think that's slowing him
I think
down.
he had
So
five kids. Fact check me, but I think he had like 4 or 5 kids last year, and I
I
think he
mean,
only had like 3 touchdowns. So
so if he can stop having kids and stop getting arrested outside Hard Rock Stadium,
yeah,
I think that I
yeah,
think the Dolphins are going to take the victory there.
yeah. I think that there's a lot going on with that guy. He reminds me of Antonio Brown 2.0.
Yeah.
I could see him halfway through the year taking off his pads and saluting the stands.
Oh, Antonio Brown. He's been up to no. He's been nefarious on
Oh
Twitter
yeah, do we
recently.
even know where he's at? Like, has he gotten
Just
arrested?
posts. Maybe he
Didn't
just
did
posts all the time on Twitter.
Giovanni? You got an update on that?
Tyreek's got 12 kids.
He's
Oh,
yeah. I don't know
that's crazy.
these guys nowadays. Like, no shit. I don't know. That's a different topic for another day. All right. Let's get into the next one. Uh this one might surprise some people. We got the Raiders going to the Patriots. I'm excited to kind of see what the Patriots are going to look like. You got Mike Vrabel coming in. You've got a new rookie running back in Travion Henderson. They just acquired Stephon Diggs. Drake May is solidified as their starter. I'm excited to see what that looks like. I really think they might be able to come in second in the AFC North, and actually probably give some teams some headaches. I think that they won't be as bad as they were these last couple years, and that they may make a turnaround. So I'm gonna pick the Patriots for this game, especially at home.
Yeah, I definitely like that pick. I mean, Drake May, we saw some magic from him. Some just some like he had some great moments last year, and giving him Stephon Diggs and Travion Henderson and all these players under Mike Vrabel. I know we talked about this in like the past 2 or 3 episodes that this turnaround for the Patriots should not be possible.
All right.
And if they can be as good as like they're kind of like showing us these flashes of greatness with some of what they've been doing so far. I mean, if they can be good, I'm almost as excited as I am scared.
Right. Yeah.
But I definitely think that they'll beat the Raiders.
Yeah. I don't think. They got the Raiders have a new quarterback in Geno Smith. They have hopefully a franchise running back in Ashton Genty. Brock Bowers is pretty good. Jacoby Myers is pretty good. And then their defense, they've got some guys on defense who make some noise as well, and Mason Crosby and guys like that. But um, that they won't be a pushover this year. I don't think that they're going to have the playmakers per se that you would need to make that playoff push. But at the same time, I think they will definitely make a win difficult when you play the Raiders. And you got Pete Carroll roaming the sidelines, chomping on the gum. So um, we'll see if he can make a big difference there too. He's a winning coach, so they know what they got there. Giovanni, who do you think?
I'm gonna say the Patriots. If Drake May can play good, at home with Stephon Diggs as their new wide receiver, I'm gonna say that the Patriots will maybe, just maybe, dominate the Raiders.
Right. Dominate. Okay. All right. Next 1 o'clock game is Cardinals at Saints. I'm interested. Here's another team where I'm interested to see what happens. The Cardinals they have some good players too. James Connors is a pretty good running back. I mean, he's not going to give you negative yards. He's going to hit the whole hard. He's a big, strong running back. Marvin Harrison looks like he beefed up in the offseason. Trey McBride is a great tight end, proven tight end. And then they have a pretty good defense. I just think that they were so riddled with injuries. And Kyler Murray is just such a big question mark that, they struggled last year and have struggled for a couple years. But I really think Kyler Murray's on the hot seat here. I think that he has a lot to prove this season. Um, he's going to be in a division that's not that great in the NFC West. So I really think that they should make the playoffs. And if they don't, everybody in that organization is probably going to start looking around at what needs changed. But the Saints still haven't declared who their starting quarterback is. I would assume that it's, was it Rattler?
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be him only because he didn't take very many snaps in the preseason game this week against the Broncos. And that kind of tells me they saw all they needed to see out of him, rather than the rookie. So I don't know how you say his name. So SH. What is it?
Shook.
Shook?
Like it's a weird last
Oh,
name,
yeah.
but
No, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Shough. I didn't know it was shook. That's not what I would get out of that. So
oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm wrong. Thanks, Giovanni. Way to be there for me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like you were talking about the Cardinals with Kyler Murray being a question mark. I feel like when he's on, like he's on. I mean,
Right.
he's possibly one of the most.
He's a Heisman.
Yeah, he's a Heisman. And when he's good, he's one of the least talked about players in the NFL. And I mean, I feel like that's just because he tends to be, maybe not on top of his game so much. But at the end of the day, he's extremely mobile. He's he's a good passer. It's just I don't know what's going on with him,
Right.
but I feel like, I mean, he's really good, especially for being what, 5'3".
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
Somewhere close. 3.5.
yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, I
In
like Kyler
cleats.
Murray. Yeah, I want to see Kyler Murray do good, but
I
it's
don't have a
just,
problem with him. I know that the biggest thing with him is like part of when he signed the new contract was they wanted him to stop playing video games so much. So
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he did. I mean, he tore his ACL like right after he signed that contract, so I'm sure he got a lot of video games in. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think he could. He definitely. I mean, like I said, the NFC West is so just a toss up between the Cardinals and the 49ers, the Seahawks and the Rams. Anybody could win it. Um, Especially with the injuries that the two big teams, the 49ers and the Rams, have had as of recent. So, I mean, like I said, anybody could win it. Next one, Steelers at Jets.
hmm,
Hmm. Is it
Aaron Rodgers
Aaron? Is
versus
it
his
going to
old
be
team.
Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Frogers?
We'll have to see.
We will have to see. That's a toss up. I, however, like Pitts. Well, not only is it Aaron Rodgers against his former team, it's Justin Fields against his former team. So it's 100% revenge game.
Oh yeah.
I bet you there's some D linemen who take some extracurricular activities after the whistle. Um,
Oh yeah, for sure.
little alligator roll on the ankle or something, you know. Um, I'm going to say the Steelers defense is too stout for an immobile, rusty Aaron Rodgers. And it's not, well, I take that back. I think that the Steelers, I was going in two different directions there. I think that the Steelers defense can contain Justin Fields. But I don't know how much Aaron Rodgers can score. So, I mean, this game, so if you look at like the over under for this game compared to the rest, it's like a 10-point drop. They're just basically saying both offenses suck.
Yeah, I mean it's hard when you're Aaron Rodgers and you're what, 50 years old and you're still just trying to play football. I don't know if it's for the love of the game or if he owes somebody money, but
I don't know. I think that he has such an ego problem that he's still sticking it out just to prove that he's like one of the greatest of all time when I don't even know if I'd put him in the top 15. So,
we can have that conversation another day.
sounds like a big 3. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Steelers only because I think as long as Aaron Rodgers can keep the ball away from the Jets, and then when the Jets have the ball, their defense just goes to town. I don't know. Although, and on the other hand, I could see Justin Fields just absolutely just shredding it up. Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson are two pretty good weapons, and then they have other guys. So I don't know. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I talked myself out of it. I'm gonna go Jets. They're at home.
yeah, I
MetLife.
mean, it's hard because as much as I like the Jets kind of like young core that they got going on right
Right.
now, I feel like the Jets haven't been doing a lot of winning in their most recent seasons. Meanwhile, you have the Steelers who are always
Consistent.
always an above
Right.
500 team. Mike Tomlin he's just doing his job over there. I mean,
Standard is a standard.
yeah. It is a toss up, but I I would think that the Steelers are going to win. However, I would not be shocked if the Jets won
Right.
either.
All right. No, that's gonna be a close game. That's gonna be down to the wire. I don't foresee anything surprising us there. All right, there's two more 1:00 games. And the one I think is gonna just be a blowout. In my opinion, I could be absolutely wrong, but I don't see them starting Jackson Dart. So that's gonna be the Giants and the Commanders in Washington, DC and Maryland, Landover, Maryland. But with how good the Commanders looked at the end of last year, and you know, I would venture to say that at some point this week, Terry McLaurin gets signed. I everything I've heard is they are close to signing him. They're just trying to figure out numbers. Um, I just don't think that the Giants have the weapons yet. I think that they're getting there. That getting rid of Saquon definitely opened some things up, but and Daniel Jones, but at the same time, I just don't think that they're anywhere close to being a competitive team. So I think Commanders have an easy victory there. All opposed. Anyone opposed to that notion? You see it the same way, Giovanni? Yeah. Okay. The next game, 1 o'clock game. I'm kind of motoring through these. We've got the Panthers at the Jaguars.
Now the kitties.
Yeah, the kitty cats. I never noticed this. Did you guys notice this? That did I mention this last week that the Panthers logo is if you combined North Carolina and South Carolina together, you get the Panthers logo, the the panther, like
Never heard.
thus the Carolina Panthers.
Never heard of that.
I've never noticed that.
Neither did
That's
I saw that.
pretty
Yeah. Anyway,
pretty cool.
Panthers are in the same boat. I just don't think that they have. I think that Bryce Young played a lot better last year than he did the year before. That he saved himself back into the starting role. I think that Trevor Lawrence is good. I think that the Jaguars have just a couple more weapons, and I do think that their defense is okay. Panthers just aren't that good of a team. They just really aren't that good of a team. So this will be a close game, in my opinion. I don't think that the Panthers are as bad as they were, uh, but I'll take Jacksonville at home here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, the Panthers, Bryce Young, I want to have faith in him. I've seen what he can do, but I just don't think that that Panthers team as a whole
Mm-hmm.
can really compete the way that I'd like them to, at least against the Jags. I feel like the Jags are definitely more well-rounded,
Yeah.
have less question marks
Right.
around them.
Yeah.
So I have the Jags winning that one again.
Yeah. Giovanni, how do you feel about there's one more 1 o'clock game. How do you feel about saving the Browns for the end? You all right with
Yeah.
that?
Hmm.
Because there's some things, some drama that I'd like to mention. So, all right, there are 4 o'clock games in that afternoon slot. We'll start with the Titans and the Broncos. The Broncos are an 8-point favorite. Cam Ward's start at in Denver. Um, that's a good feeling as a Broncos fan. I haven't felt that since like Peyton Manning was our quarterback. And it's also hard to believe that that was 9 years ago.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. So, um, yeah, I really liked what I saw in the preseason game yesterday. What Bo Nix did play, he looked really good. Cortland Sutton looked really good. And then Sam Ellinger also looked really good. So, I mean, they had some guys that really stepped up. Their wide receiving core has looked good. My biggest question mark is going to be J.K. Dobbins, and if he's going to be healthy, if he's going to be active, where are we at? Because he's coming off of a major surgery. So I am concerned, but at the same time, Audric Estime, he was a seasoned running back for Notre Dame, and he did really good there. So he is more of your bell cow back, like a straight up the middle, like hard nosed running back, which isn't always what you need. So I'm interested to see how they use him and use them going forward. But yeah, I don't. The Titans are definitely they made some moves, but I don't think they're good enough yet. So I'm hoping the Broncos can get off on the right foot against a not so good team.
Yeah, I feel like even if the Broncos offense isn't at like a high enough level as they should be, I feel like the Broncos defense is just going to absolutely smother the Titans.
Yeah.
I definitely see the Broncos winning that
Right.
game.
Right. Yeah. I think they're with not much of a running game. I definitely think that secondary is gonna eat him alive because they won't have to walk so many guys up into the box to stop the running game. So, yeah, yeah.
I feel like if Bo Nix doesn't have a sophomore slump this season, I gotta say that the Broncos will win that game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I would say as long as he doesn't throw 2 or more interceptions, that it's almost a guaranteed win. Like what Cooper was saying, as long as he does his job, if he has several turnovers, you're definitely putting the ball into Tennessee's hands in good field position, and that's where it might hurt us, but, yeah, I think they'll be all over Cam Ward that game as a rookie. Alright, Cooper, I'll let you kick it off with the Lions. Let's go.
All right, Lions Packers. It's a rivalry game.
In Lambeau.
Um, yeah, but I think we already showed them what we do at Lambeau last year, and uh, obviously I'm gonna say the Lions are gonna win, but now that the Lions have everyone healthy, Aiden Hutchinson is back. I feel like our defense can finally be what it never really was, unfortunately last season with all those
Mhm.
injuries.
Right.
And we still have a very high powered offense with Jared Goff, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now we have Isaac Tesla to add to the wide receiver room. I just think that it might be a little overwhelming for the Packers. And the Packers, Jordan Love, especially at the end of last season, I didn't feel like he was playing great. I don't remember exactly how they were doing, but I mean, I just don't see the Packers being able to win that game. I mean, like, yeah, they have Jordan Love, they have Josh Jacobs, but I just don't think like Matthew Golden and Christian Watson, oh, and Jaden Reed. I don't know if they're going to be able to overpower the Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Isaac Tesla wide receivers of
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I I I can see them beating them, but they would have to play
Yeah,
an almost perfect game. Only because I think that, if you go guy for guy, and especially in the NFL, anything can happen in the NFL. But it's not college football where there's such a difference between some of these teams.
yeah,
Um, but at the same time, I think that Green Bay is a playoff caliber team. I think they have
yeah,
they have a playoff caliber quarterback. Where he stands in the playoff caliber quarterbacks is up for debate. Um, he could be the bottom of the barrel, but I, I think that they're not a bad team, and their defense isn't bad, and their offense isn't bad, and it's basically what everybody else is saying is that, well, this is going to be a close game. I mean, I think they only have they actually have Green Bay favored to win this game right now, and that could just be because most people are picking Green Bay to win rather than whether or not they're actually favored to win. Um, but they have this game being like a slugfest. Like they have like the over unders 50 points.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. I feel like it's going to end up being, who can find the most open receivers, who can make the most like
Who can take care of the
like
ball? It always, in my opinion,
yeah.
it always comes down to who can take care of the ball. Like,
I
yeah,
feel like
if you have a drive and you're scoring, and then they come down and they score, that's blow for blow. But if one of them turns it over, then that's a 14-point swing in some regards.
yeah, I just don't like that's my only worry with the Lions is I don't want it to end up like when we played the Commanders and we had whatever it was like 4
Yeah,
interceptions or when we played I mean, I granted we won this game, but when we played the Texans last year and Jared Goff threw like 4 first half interceptions,
yeah, and then
that
came
is
back.
that is my
Yeah,
big worry. And I know that maybe we won't be calling as many risky plays because well, I know we have, head coach
you
Dan
got yeah,
Dan Gamble, but I mean, I just mean like he'll be calling fourth downs, but he won't be trying as much. They won't be trying as much creative stuff, I don't think, with
right.
with
Well,
Ben Johnson gone.
I
Well, and
think
we'll have to see.
I
I
I
don't
think
really
the
know.
creativity will go down, but like you said, the gambling on,
Yeah.
hey, 4th and 6, let's try it,
Yeah.
on the
So
50.
I just feel like it comes down to just some of those little things that are really gonna make the differences
Yeah.
in this game. But obviously, I'm gonna
Well,
say the Lions are gonna win.
right.
You know me.
Yep. Um, it definitely sets the tone for the rest of the year for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Um, only because this is a division rivalry, basically playoff preview. So week 1, no break.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Lions are ready for this, but
That's what I'm saying.
we'll see. Be a good one. Texans Rams. The only thing I have for this one, Rams are favored in this, and I don't know why. Um, who are the Rams quarterback? Who is the Rams quarterback?
I don't think it's Matt Stafford.
As of right now, I guess that's a rhetorical question. It's not Matt Stafford, but number one on the depth chart after that is Stenson Bennett, and then Jimmy Garoppolo. So they have guys who've played and been successful at different varying levels. But at the same time, it's like, Matt, what are we doing?
Yeah, I saw recently that everyone's talking about Matt Stafford dead. They're saying he passed away, but his
That's
his
funny.
wife had his wife had to come out and
Yeah,
shut
no,
that down. But
I think that was just some internet trolls, but yeah,
yeah,
that's definitely that's funny. But yeah, he's
yeah,
doing all kinds of weird. They're doing whatever they can to get him right. I just don't. Even if he does play, I think that might be one of those ones that 2 or 3 games into the season, he's done, just done.
yeah.
And he's a dog. He's a hard worker. Um, he'll play through a lot of pain. If you remember that Browns game,
Oh yeah,
when he played for the Lions, he broke his collarbone on the last play of the game, and he came in and finished the play with a broken collarbone, threw a touchdown, won the game. But
it's crazy.
yeah, he's one of those guys that I would definitely go to bat for, but at the same time,
I think his time has almost come. He's at the end of the day. Right now, he has. I think he's gonna play one game. He's gonna get over 60,000 career passing yards, and then he's gonna call it quits. Because right now he has 5,900,809. Wait, 59,809. I said, and I
59,000.
yes,
Nice. That's a lot.
like he
That's
is.
Hall of Fame material, and he's got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and what he did with the Lions. Don't even get me started. Like
Yeah,
he, I mean, maybe it's not what he did. Maybe it's what he did but couldn't do.
yeah. I think that was what was keeping him out of the Hall of Fame. But I definitely think that you put his name into the conversation. So,
Yeah,
all right.
but
Yeah, I don't know why everybody's hating on the Texans so much though, too. I know that Joe Mixon is hurt coming off an injury, probably on the pup list to start the season. They did acquire Nick Chubb, who is also coming off of a major injury. Um, Tank Dell hurt, on going to start the year on the pup list, major injury. Nico Collins had a major injury the year before. Yeah, they're just a banged up team. CJ Stroud had a rough, not a bad, but a rough. Just couldn't get the same stats he had his rookie year. But I definitely think the Texans are a decent team. I don't know why everybody's downplaying them as much as they are. Um, but I think that this game's going to be a close one too, against two good coaches, and two decent. Well, I guess at least one decent quarterback. I don't know who's coming in, so it could be Garoppolo at this point. I would venture to say it's probably Garoppolo, seeing how he's had actual game experience. So,
yeah,
Giovanni,
I was gonna talk about that Matthew Stafford thing. I
yeah,
would have Stafford in my top 15 for the best quarterbacks in the NFL by the time that he retires. But when he retires, it'll be a different
yeah.
conversation.
No, for sure. Yeah, is he a 5-year? Is he a first ballot? Does he wait? I don't know. I definitely don't put him in the same conversation as like a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady, but um yeah, he reminds me more of a Drew Brees.
Yeah,
One Super Bowl and a lot of great stats, but you know, a lot more blunders, missed opportunities, I guess. All right. The Sunday night game is going to be Ravens Bills. What a game. In Buffalo, this game is going to be just amazing. They have blessed us with an amazing Sunday night game. We'll be doing the podcast during that game, and we'll have to have it on the side or something. But
oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I mean,
that one's going to be an absolute. I mean, that's a AFC championship preview right there.
Mhm.
yeah, I mean
Two
the
best quarterbacks in the league, two top running backs, some great wide receivers on both sides. Nothing crazy with wide receivers, but then two decent defenses, and then on the road in Buffalo, that definitely puts a factor in there that you know
yeah, I
we'll
mean
see.
the NFL execs were cooking
They knew
when
what they
they
were
whipped
doing
up
there.
this
Sunday
Sunday game
Sunday
schedule. Whew.
night Sunday night. Yeah. Oh, that'll be a highly tuned in game. Let's just put it that way. People are ready to watch some NFL football and they're giving them a show. So, and then honestly, Monday night football is going to be a good one too because a lot of people are going to want to see this one. Monday night football is going to be Vikings and Bears in Chicago, and I'm excited to see what the Bears can do. I
Yeah, I
you know
mean,
I'm not the biggest Caleb Williams fan, and it really has nothing to do with what he's done in the NFL. It's just kind of how he was in college, and just talking the trash that he did. I just when you're as good as some of these guys are, I just rather you just keep your mouth shut and play the game. I kind of felt the same way about Baker. I know a lot of people really liked Baker Mayfield, but his on and off field antics in college kind of like put a sour taste in my mouth about him. But
yeah,
we're not talking about Baker.
I mean,
Caleb Williams and the Bears and that offense, I think that they absolutely blessed him with some weapons. I I didn't look too much into their O line and how much they've kind of like strengthened that O line, but as far as weapons goes, that team on offense with DeAndre Swift and DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, all those guys, Cole Kmet, and then drafting Colson Loveland. That the offensive weapons, you have no excuses, like zero excuses to not be successful unless the line is just falling apart. Um,
well, and then so on top of all those offensive weapons, your head coach is Ben Johnson.
right, and I think that was part of why Ben said he would go there was because
Yeah,
like, okay, we're gonna if we can, we will draft whoever you want to fit your scheme. And I mean, they did make some
yeah.
moves last year, going out and getting Montez Sweat and um I forget they grabbed somebody else, but they grabbed some good guys on defense as well. So I think that the Bears are going to surprise some people based on how bad they've played over the last couple years.
Yeah, I think
Um,
there's gonna be some trouble in the NFC North. I mean, it's I don't know if it's gonna be as wild as it was like last year with the Vikings because last year, I mean, it was Lions, Vikings, Packers. They were almost all gonna make the playoffs.
right.
Like, I mean, it was crazy, but I still think that there's a chance for three teams to make the playoffs. I just don't think it's gonna be the Vikings. But I mean, like you said with that game, um, uh, 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 the Vikings and the Bears, NFC North. Those are two teams who haven't gotten to prove themselves with especially with like some of their new offensives. Like the Vikings haven't got to prove JJ McCarthy yet. They haven't got to, show what they have, but I think that the Bears are still gonna win. Just because of, a lot of those factors that you mentioned and
Yeah.
As much as I don't care for the Bears because they're NFC North, they're Lions rivals, but I
And
love
they
Ben
took your
Johnson.
coach. Yeah.
They took our coach, but that doesn't mean I can't still love Ben Johnson. So I think the Bears are gonna win, in my opinion.
Giovanni,
I got the Bears.
got the Bears.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got.
Wow. Little upset action. It is at Soldier Field. I mean, you have to take that into consideration as well. And I mean, you got a JJ McCarthy coming in as a rookie quarterback. He didn't get a rookie season, so yeah, there's definitely a lot to behold there that we haven't seen yet. So, and we can discuss that next. Um, all right, let's talk about the Browns, the Brownies. Well, we're gonna start with the preview of the game. They got the Bengals at home, 1 o'clock on Sunday, and the Browns are not good opening game since 1998, 99 when they brought the team back. They're 3-21-1. It's not good. So, no, I take that back. They've won one game. They've won one game, 1-21-1 in since 99, and the only one win came against the Baltimore Ravens in 2004. So, yeah, it's probably not good. This is a great scenario for the Bengals, who have struggled in their opening game of the year, um, for sure, the last couple years. They have taken some steps this year. They played Joe Burrow a couple times more in preseason. They played Jamar Chase a little bit more. Chase Brown is healthy. They signed T. Higgins. They are shopping Trey Hendrickson. Doesn't sound like he's going to land anywhere anytime soon, but yeah, I doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, in my opinion. I mean, the Bengals' defense is going to be bad, so we'll find holes. We'll score, but at the same time, I don't see us beating the Bengals. I don't see us outplaying Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Um, but like you said, the Bengals, they're never good in game one of the season. Like you said, they've been making changes, but if there's a time to strike for the Browns, it's gonna be game one.
Right?
It's gonna be
Yeah.
the first game of the season against the Bengals. If they just lock in, I mean, it's not likely that they'll win, but if they do, I think that can definitely lift the spirits of Browns fans and Browns players and everyone who likes the Browns. It'll show promise, but it's a little unlikely, like
Yeah.
you said.
I Giovanni, what do you think? How about that? How about the game? Let's talk about the game first.
I gotta say that the game that we're gonna have, of course, we're gonna have Joe Flacco playing. That we already know that Joe Burrow will play for the Bengals, but I'm gonna be really curious about the Bengals defense for sure because they don't have Trey Hendrickson, while the Browns have, of course, Miles Garrett, Malik Collins, no, not him, and then a couple other players, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how, like, I don't know who's gonna win here. It's just like not. It's just like no defense for the Bengals, maybe a little bit non-offense for the Browns.
Right.
But I gotta say, with Joe Flacco at quarterback, if he can try to play good this game, then I would be happy about it. But I gotta say, sadly, I gotta go with the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and when we talk about the beginning of the year, I think this is actually one of the ones we said we might be able to sneak out, only because the Bengals have such a rough start. But the only thing I could see working for us, I'm glad they came out and they said Joe Flacco. I think we all knew it from the get, but at the same time, with Joe Flacco, you know what you are getting. He's going to be a game manager. He's going to like methodically work down the field. He's going to be able to read his checkdowns. He'll be able to air the ball out and put it into a position where it's not necessarily a gamble, where it's going to be picked off or anything like that. It might get a pass interference call, get down the field. But at the same time, Joe Flacco is a solid quarterback. He's not young. Um, yeah, 40 years old. He's I think he's the safest option, and that if in these first 6 games, Joe Flacco can get us 1 win, I think that will at least put us in a situation where we can say, "Okay, let's try out one of these young bucks and see what they've got." Um, but I I don't know. They have the gauntlet to start the season. And this is kind of bring us to our next segment. We're talking about the Browns. There's just so much drama surrounding this, and I just think that like when you draft a guy like Shador Sanders, this was part of the reason why so many teams passed on him. Excuse me, is because that they feel like like there's so many Shador Sanders like sympathists out there that like they feel like he should or deserves to play when he wasn't really all that good. And that this is me kind of throwing out my hot take here, but I don't think Shador Sanders is that good. And I think a lot of people get on the hype train because of all the hype that's put around him and what he's kind of like fabricated, him and his dad. But I think that, he was put into a situation where now everyone's saying that this is Stefanski's fault that he didn't play good yesterday, that they put him out there with a bunch of third string players. And my argument to that would be that, Tyler Huntley walked out there with the same team and drove him right down the field for the game winning field goal. So with Shador Sanders, he goes negative 41 yards on his only drive. He did terrible. He looked like he was scared to death. He would not step up into the pocket. He fumbled once. Um, it just he didn't look like an NFL ready quarterback. And so anybody out there is saying like he deserves to play, they're blind. They didn't watch any of this stuff. Now, on the other hand, Dylan Gabriel, I don't think he's Joe Flacco. I don't think he's tall and strong, but he looked calm in the pocket. He stepped right up and delivered short check downs. He moved the chains. He got it forward. He scored a touchdown. He did what he was a game manager. He got the ball down the field. They scored. Period. That's all that's expected of you. Turning it over, losing yards, you're not going to play in the NFL, not for very long. So this whole thing where it's like, oh, it's Kevin Stefanski's fault for putting him in there against that team with those, a bunch of plumbers and future firefighters. Like that narrative is just, I don't know. I don't know where these people come up with it. I don't know why they're so gung ho on Shador Sanders, but um, he'll get his chance. I think that the Cleveland fans will want to see him in there at some point. Um, but I just don't think that they're going to like what they see when he goes in there. I don't see him being a game maker.
Yeah, so I just want to jump in and say something kind of funny. Actively, while we were recording this podcast, I just got invited to a ESPN Fantasy Football League that is named In Shadur Sanders We Trust. And I don't know if I can say that I agree with that because I don't know if I can put my trust in Shadur Sanders.
Right.
And like you were just talking about with Tyler Huntley, 4 hours ago, officially, the Browns released Tyler Huntley
Right. They
and
cut him.
terminated his
Yeah.
contract.
Yep.
So,
and he was probably the best quarterback all preseason. He didn't look bad. I mean, he got
definitely the most
snaps.
consistent. Yeah, definitely the most consistent. Because like Shadur had that one really good. He had the one good game, but then
he had the worst
like
game.
you were talking about, he had definitely not a good performance. So
yeah. I don't know. Carolina's a really bad team. Rams are a decent team. I struggle to see. I mean, that's what he showed us what he's capable of. I guess that's why I'm not overreacting to anything. And I said that 2 weeks ago when we did ours that I wasn't going to overreact, and I'm not going to overreact to his poor performance either. I do think that he will be good. Or he will get another chance to prove himself, and then I might like react to his performance. But I don't know why so many people are he deserves. He's done something to deserve playing time or to be listed as number 2 quarterback in the depth chart or to be in front of Dylan Gabriel. He's done none of that. Where he's at is where he's lucky to be, actually. The fact that they didn't cut him or trade him says a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, it's just crazy in Cleveland.
yeah, Giovanni, what are your thoughts on Shador?
Well, Shador Sanders obviously didn't play great because of that sack and then those negative yards. But the sports media was literally glazing Shador Sanders for that disastrous performance. Like, I'm talking about, like, did Deion Sanders tweeted about this?
Yeah.
I'll, yeah.
I don't I mean, they just love the narrative. I mean, the fact okay, so take it back to my grounded, like, why are we talking about Shiloh Sanders?
Like,
Like, it
why?
was all over ESPN. Like,
Yeah, and that's
he wasn't good at Colorado. He was lucky to get I mean, it was probably somebody doing Dion a favor by picking him up. Let's be honest, like, he's probably got
yeah.
some friends somewhere. They're like, "Yeah, we'll put him on our team," and then, if he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't, and then so he doesn't, and it's just news media. It's just they take the Sanders name, it's clickbait, and they just add to it. And the same thing with Shador. I think that he's definitely good enough to be on a team, but he's right where he needs to be. He was drafted 5th round for a reason. The scouts saw what they need to see, and they can see right through the whole facade of you're going to be you and your dad are going to be a headache only because well the same thing that's happening in Cleveland. But where else than Cleveland? It's always in Cleveland.
I'm going to
Yeah,
you about this. Deion Sanders was probably glazing on Shador. The sports analysts were glazing on Shador. Everybody was glazing Shador for that disastrous performance. And I'm 100% right of this decision. I think that he was not ready for that game because he was out last preseason game with a wrist injury. But I'm not going to overreact to this. If he can get maybe one chance with the Browns, then maybe I'll react about it
Yeah.
if he's good. But other than that, I don't know. It's kind of to be honest.
Well, what about this, Giovanni? Is he in front of or behind Dylan Gabriel?
I might say in front of for now, but it'll be it will be a different whatever you call it. It will be a different talk for another day. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, we definitely have to see how it goes. But I think that after preseason, in my opinion, Dylan Gabriel's like if Joe Flacco goes down, Dylan Gabriel's definitely earned the right to take some snaps. I mean, so has Shador. But I think that Dylan Gabriel has he's been more consistent. With Shador, you end up with that good game where he's 140 some yards with 2 touchdowns. But then you could also get the I don't even remember what he was because I didn't even I was it was embarrassing. But negative 41 total yards in the end and a fumble. So I you don't know what you get with Shador. That's my opinion.
yeah. I mean, it's a double-edged sword for me with Shador because obviously when you look at someone whose parent was one of the greats of like the 80s and 90s,
Right.
like everyone loves
So Michael Jordan
Deion Sanders.
and
Yeah, he's
and his kids. Yeah.
yeah, but it's just like everything that Shador does is like he is even if he's not supposed to be there, he's brought onto the main stage.
Sure.
And I feel like I kind of feel bad, but at the same time I don't because he tries his best to embrace that and then
This
I mean it shows when he has a bad performance, but when he has a bad performance, he's not going to get the same treatment as someone else that also had a super poor performance.
yeah. This is the
So it's
role he wants.
yeah, it's just I mean, it's just a it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
My biggest thing, I guess, in my rant was that they're blaming Kevin Stefanski for the way
Yeah,
that he looked, and I'm just like, Kevin Stefanski is a two-time Coach of the Year. He's taken the trashiest team in the NFL to the playoffs, and then
and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
was basically told, "Hey, you're gonna put this guy at quarterback, whether you like it or not." The guy doesn't really care to be there. He gets hurt. I mean, it's just Kevin Stefanski, in my opinion, anyone who needs a quarterback or a coach right now would jump all over a Kevin Stefanski. He knows what he's doing. I'd put him right up there with a Sean McVay or any of those Washington Redskins, that coaching tree under Mike Shanahan.
Yeah,
But he's a good coach. Like, don't blame this fifth round quarterback from Colorado having a bad game on Kevin Stefanski. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. It's
no,
ridiculous. So, anything else on the Browns?
I don't think so.
I think
I
that was
don't think
pretty
I have
much it.
anything
It was the
else.
the only thing that happened this week, after all the hype leading up to the game and announcing Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback and then going into the preseason game and Joe Flacco looked amazing, marched him right down the field for a touchdown. Um That was it. I mean, that's it. Now we're just looking ahead at the Bengals, Joe Flacco with the start, and I think the only thing that is a question mark going into that game for the Browns is going to be when's Quinshon Judkins hitting the paper. So, which still hasn't
Yeah,
happened. Which I'm sure he probably thinks he's still entitled to a whole bunch of money, being a second round pick. But when you make big boy decisions, you lose big boy money. So um,
Still,
it's
still is going to get suspended.
Right. Yeah, the NFL at some point he's going to get his NFL suspension. And so like the Browns I'm sure are considering that into negotiations and he's not because he wants paid because he probably had to pay the young lady who was abused. So anyway, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, Quinshon Judkins, just that was the only other thing that I had for that. Uh, so all right. All right, next segment. And this is only for a bit. Let's talk some Buckeyes for a second, and I'll kind of kick us off with this, and we'll go from there. But Ohio State, they announced that Julian Sayin is going to be the starting quarterback. Which we had said for the last 2 weeks that it was just kind of a stipulation that they were trying to hold it close to the chest going into this week. Um, and everything looks good. Everybody's healthy for the most part going into this game. Julian Sayin, first team reps. He's been taking first team reps for a while now, so it's not Julian Sayin's the guy. But my biggest thing is all the clickbait now from ESPN about how this isn't even going to be a game. That like Paul Feinbaum's coming out and he's saying, which I don't even take Paul Feinbaum seriously because since they've had him on ESPN, he has been the biggest SEC backer I've ever seen. I mean, it's just ridiculous that they can have somebody on there day in and day out that just bashes every other school as long as they don't have a SEC logo behind them. But he came out, and it's one thing to say like, okay, I think Texas is going to win. Okay, sure, I could see that. But he's saying that they're worried now that it is going to be such a blowout that they're not even going to get the numbers that they wanted. And that's where I'm like, are we serious? That Ohio State, and I know they lost a lot of guys. They lost a lot of seniors from that national championship team, but they're gonna get the floor mopped with them. I do not see that happening. And in
Yeah.
fact, they're still the favorites. They're still 2.5 point favorites in the horseshoe. I I don't see it.
Yeah. And that's just. Oh, you go ahead, Giovanni.
I can't wait if we beat Texas on the 30th. And if Paul talks about that Paul guy from ESPN
Paul
talks about
Feinbaum.
this, I can't wait to see how he reacts to it. If we
Just
blow him up,
eat crow.
bomb.
Yep. No, I'm so tired of it. And you know what, to be honest with you, and I said this last week too, that being unbiased. I try to be as unbiased as possible. I know I also stated that losing a game in college football is a lot different than losing a game in the NFL. Um, but with that being said, if we were to lose the first game to the number one team in the nation, we would still be okay for the rest of the year. You know what I mean, Giovanni?
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think that like if we go the rest of the year undefeated, and who knows what happens with Penn State, but if we go the rest of the year undefeated, then still pretty good year. I mean, we're
mhm.
still making the playoffs. We're still making a run there if we can. So, and we definitely have the team to do it. So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, as long as a loss to Texas, to number one Texas, as long as it's not a blowout, it's not that bad on paper. Like you think about it,
right,
and like like you said with the Browns, you don't want to overreact.
right,
Losing to what's supposed to be the best team in the country should not be a inherently bad thing.
right.
Maybe as an Ohio State fan, you'll be a little disappointed, but and with the Paul Feinbaum, I mean, it's just like he just I feel like he just wants the attention, man. He just wants the clicks.
It's clickbait.
So
Yep. No, that's what it
w-
is. And he does a good job at it. It's no different than Stephen A. Smith or any of those guys who are just like
yeah,
absolutely radical on everything that they say. They're a personality. Their personality. I don't. I mean, which sucks because if you actually follow sports and you listen to those people, then you don't take them. You don't credit them. What they're saying is invaluable. So
yeah,
yeah. So that's it. That's all I had for the Buckeyes. They're actually the favorites going into the game, but at the same time, they're also predicted to lose. So I don't. It's it's a toss up. I just don't see. I just see the horseshoe absolutely taking all this clickbait and just absolutely being rocking on
for sure.
Saturday. I don't,
Definitely.
and if you've never been in that environment, it can get rocking. So I don't know. A lot of the videos that I've seen come out are the videos of when Tennessee had to go there. They're Neyland North and yada yada yada. And the first play of the game, Amaliva, Nico Amaliva, he couldn't even talk to his running back. So they can do it. I think they can
Yeah.
do it.
Definitely.
Julian's just got to take care of the ball, just like anything else, and find a way to get it to Jeremiah, plain and simple. So. All right, boys. Anything to wrap up this podcast, today's
Yeah, I
segment?
had you go ahead, Giovanni.
Well, we gonna talk about the Lee Corso
Yeah, yeah,
legacy?
yeah. Good call. So game day is not. So this game is hosted by Fox. I don't. Where is game day that day?
Columbus.
It is in Columbus.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Let's check game day location. Yeah, you're right. Columbus. Final appearance, legendary analyst Lee Corso. I know you hit the nail on the head. I'm glad you brought this up, Giovanni. Tell me about some Lee Corso here.
Well, Lee Corso will be remembered as a college football player and a broadcasting legend on Fox Sports, and we are going to miss him terribly here. But 37 years of broadcasting and 28 years of coaching was a great career for the great Lee Corso. I have some talking points for Lee Corso here. His legacy, tri- his legacy shifted from coaching to broadcasting, where his distinctive personality, catchphrases, and iconic headgear selections became synonymous with college football Saturdays. And since um the coaching that he had back in the day, he notably led the Indiana Hoosiers to the first ever bowl victory in 75 years in the 1979 Holiday Bowl. And he also won two Missouri Valley Conference championships with Louisville in 1970 and 1972. and the legacy of the broadcasting career and college game day of Lee Corso. He joined ESPN in 1987 and was a central fixture on college game day since his inception. And he is widely recognized for his catchphrases like "Not so fast, my friend," and his unique tr- tra- tradition of selecting a game winner by donating the mascot headgear of the predicted team. And Corso's first headgear pick was for the 1996 the Ohio State Penn State game where he donned Brutus the Buckeyes head. He made 430 headgear selections with a record of 286 wins and 144 losses, according to ESPN. He has won the headgear for 69 different teams. 430 of them with total headgear .665 of winning percentage. Most headgear selections was Ohio State 45, and the second was Alabama 38. And he was extend beyond game day, and he worked as an analyst for Thursday Night College Football and appeared in EA Sports games. And he also served as director of business development for Dixon's Coesca. In 2010, he received the National College Football Awards Association's contributions to college football award. And his career almost took a massive turn because he had a stroke back in 2009, requiring him to relearn his speech and adjust his on-air delivery. He was inducted to the National Sports Media Association Hall of Fame in 2023. So I gotta say, the great Lee Corso will be remembered as the greatest broadcaster of all time on Fox Sports.
Amen.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean,
Amen.
Lee Corso is
No,
amazing.
like even growing up with me as a kid, like I remember listening to him on like college football, like EA Sports college football. Yeah, I mean it was just iconic. And then yeah, being the first headgear that he donned was Ohio State. That was I could almost put money like $1 million that he's going to pick Ohio State to end it too.
Yeah,
Whether or not he actually believes it or not, there's no way he's picking against Brutus. And it was actually kind of cool. ESPN probably hasn't put this story out yet. They're probably saving it for game day. But I saw a little bit of snippets of it on social media, and the story goes that Kirk Herbstreit's wife, now wife, um, was a cheerleader for Ohio State, and Lee Corso called Kirk and said, hey, sweetheart," which is one of his iconic catchphrases. Um, "Could you ask whatever his wife's name is if I could get the headgear for my selection?" And so he did, and they said no, that he's off limits. Brutus is off limits, and then he said, "Try it again." So he had him call it again, and they got it, and that was the first time he donned the headgear. So that was kind of neat. Was the hookup is Kirk Herbstreit's girl, his wife. So
mm,
that's how it all
that's
started.
amazing.
So, yep, it'll be a sad day once we have no more Lee Corso. I know for the last couple years he's battled some health things, so it hasn't quite been the same as it was. But um, I will miss Lee Corso. That's definitely like a dream job, but he earned it.
I will miss him too. Honestly, I mean, he was probably my half childhood since I've been watching football.
Yep,
Um, but I will not miss his famous catchphrases as "Not so fast, my friend."
right.
Every time,
Every
I like that.
every Saturday
And
morning in the fall around 12 o'clock, him screaming at the TV, "Not so fast, my friend."
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
miss him too, but he was so great. He was so great.
Yep.
I'll give him like a legacy of Lee Corso, like I don't know, like 100 out of like 100. He was so great.
He's a
Yeah,
goat.
for sure.
He's a
And I
goat.
mean, it's even just his legacy. It's just like he has a crazy, crazy career. He played football at Florida State, and when he went to Florida State, he was freaking roommates with Burt Reynolds and Ron Frazier. Like that's ridiculous.
And you guys just hit up Wikipedia hard.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was
You
I
two brought
mean,
your homework.
listen, when Giovanni was when we were talking about it, like right before we started, and we were talking about when we were going to talk about Lee Corso, I was like, I knew there's some crazy stuff about
Mhm.
Lee Corso. So I mean, I got my notes up right now. I mean, he coached at Florida State, Maryland, Navy,
All over
Louisville,
the place.
and
Yeah.
Indiana, and then he coached in the USFL. Like that's
Yep.
wild. And then he goes in and he goes to ESPN and he's like I feel like he just ushered in this new era of broadcasters who have the experience, because there's a lot of people who don't have the experience, but he kind of ushered in that era
Right.
of
He was
it's
the
like him and
mid 90s Pat McAfee.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, he's just an absolute game changer in sports broadcasting, absolute legend.
Yep.
I second everything that Giovanni said.
Right. Yep.
He
No,
will
absolutely.
be
He is a
he will be
goat.
missed dearly.
If we said we're going to do a top 3 of sports broadcasters, you got to put Lee Corso up there.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Next to Tom Hamilton, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. No. All right, boys. Hey, we got a lot of football to look forward to.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
So get watching, take some notes. We got a lot to talk about here next week. So make sure you guys tune in next week. Catch us. We'll have a lot of thoughts and opinions and some hot takes and some critiques. But
For sure.
just remember,
It's not about being right.
I'm sounding confident, you guys.
Have a good
Definitely.
night. There we go.
Yep.